location change?
Well, it's said to start at the bar.
Oh, it's said to.
James is seated at a bar with a cocktail in hand. Welcome, Negronis with Nord, episode 57. We're doing something totally different today. I saw our main man, the OG of vlogging, Casey Neistat, came out with a video this week where he had AI write a script for one of his vlogs and he just performed it exactly verbatim. It was an interesting experiment. So we thought we will have Chat GPT and AI write an episode of Negronis with Nord, which we will perform verbatim to the script that they have given us, and see if we are really going to be replaced with artificial intelligence anytime soon. So, without further ado, I give you the first AI-generated episode of Negronis with Nord. Let's begin. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Negronis with Nord. Today we're going to talk about a topic I think is on a lot of people's minds: how to stand out as an influencer in a crowded market. As we all know, the influencer industry has exploded in recent years, and it can be tough to get noticed amongst the millions of other creators out there. But there are some things that you can do to set yourself apart and attract brands to work with you. Cut to a graphic that says how to stand out for an influencer. Okay. First and foremost, you need to find a niche. This is something we talk a lot about at 4, but it's really important. You can't just be a generic lifestyle influencer anymore. You need to have a specific area of expertise or interest that sets you apart. Once you've found your niche, you really need to lean into it. Create content that showcases your unique perspective and knowledge in that area. This is what will attract brands who are looking for influencers with specific audience and expertise. Okay. Another way to stand out is to be authentic. Don't try and be someone you're not or pretend to like things just because they're trendy. Brands and followers can see right through that pretty quickly, and it won't do you any favors in the long run. Finally, you need to be consistent. This means posting regularly, engaging with your followers, and creating content that aligns with your brand and niche. It can be tough to keep up with all of this, but it's essential if you want to grow your following and attract brand partnerships. So, there you have it, folks. Some tips on how to stand out as an influencer in a crowded market. I hope you found this helpful, and as always, thanks for watching. Cheers.
What did you think of it, honestly? Like the sounding of it.
I mean, I think it's all like very basic. You know, well, let's record some thoughts. So, what can we learn from this? Am I going to be replaced? Maybe. I think, again, this is what is so exciting about AI right now, is that like it is doing things that are kind of amazing. Like, I do talk about this, the fact that it was able to like go in and grab. This is something we talk a lot about at 4. I say that all the time in the show. This is something we talk a lot about. This is something we talk a lot about. So the fact that it was able to crawl those episodes and understand somehow, that's something I say, and to put the speech that I use in consistently into this script. And let's say we did not point Chat GPT to any of this. This is just something it has somehow crawled and already knows exists. You can also ask Chat GPT who James Nord is and says I'm a tech visionary. So I love AI, as it loves me. I do think it's interesting. It grabbed on a couple of big themes that we talk about, you know, that like you got to find your niche, you got to be consistent, you got to be authentic. Obviously, it is incredibly basic. Obviously, it is not yet able to understand what is going on in the broader world this week. How would we react? What could we do to give advice? This is the most basic white toast, boring, vanilla advice that you could possibly get as an influencer. A literal child could sit up here and come up with this advice. I hope and think that the level that I'm giving you is higher than this, but it is an interesting example of just how far these tools have come and how far they have yet to go, and how I believe creativity is still going to be central. We're still going to need new ideas. AI right now can mostly just look back. We're still going to need thinkers and creators and creatives to put new and exciting things into the world. There could be a time in the future where we can just have like a little, Negronis with Nord robot, and I'm not doing these show anymore, and Chat GPT just takes care of it, probably moves into my house, marries my fiance, and murders me eventually.
Do you think AI could recreate your sense of fashion?
Can AI recreate sense of fashion? I mean, I think AI can recreate anything looking backwards. Yes, if you uploaded 100 photos of outfits that you've worn, it's going to be able to predict outfits that you might wear, right? Variations on that. It may not be able to predict a change in, a kind of new idea for your, style, a evolution of it. But again, what it does really well is consume a bunch of data, spit out variations of that data in a kind of new way. What it doesn't yet do super well is consume a bunch of data, create something totally new using that. This is all still pretty iterative. You should go watch Casey's as well. Obviously, he has a much bigger channel, and it's funny the way, just kind of how, again, this stuff can look initially a little scary, but then when you actually read it out, you're like, this is all pretty basic. So we're still early. It's exciting technology. As a creator, you should be out there playing with it. As always, like, subscribe, ask us questions, and we'll see you next week. Okay, I get my clothes made. You go into there, they've got 200 books of fabric, a world where you could say, I'm looking for a summer blazer to wear in Lake Como, and it knew my style, and it said, here are 80 potential options, because it knows every fabric, right? So you could load all of the fabrics in, and it could show you previews of what all of that would look like, and then you say, oh, actually, like that green linen that I would look at the swatch and say, I don't know if that's for me, actually looks really nice as a full look, and I'm gonna go with that. And so I think that's really exciting, being able to, again, I think that's an interesting kind of simple use case for it.